I'm not talking about ink. It's the eye. The same eye that's been watching me these past few days. Hey buds, it's Cheshire Wolf and we're playing more RB Axolotl. So if you haven't watched the first one, you should go back and watch that one, because remember there's a heavy warning on this series because despite the art, this gets really dark and it might be really hard for some people to watch this. So we left off just in the middle of a conversation last time, so let's get right back into it. I can't be the only one to be born with that feeling that something is missing. That feeling of wanting to go home. The others as well. They must have secret knowledge of that world too. But the real question is, how do we get back to this Earth I hear so much about in these books? And whether you like it or not, Axie, I think you could be a big factor in achieving that goal. Ooh. Look, I know I'm the coolest, but what do you mean? Like I'm the chosen one or something? What can I do that you can't? Do you remember the first day we all met? It was in the middle of the tank. Oh, okay, we're seeing the other ones. I'm guessing that's Lana and that's Liam. We all emerged from the void at the same time. That's all I remember. For a good long while, we sat there, dazed and confused, not speaking a word. The next thing I remember, glancing, looking through my journal, when I looked around, I saw Ink yelling at Liam about something. The only word I could make out from their conversation was shithead, I think, and then he was gone. Jesus, Ink. Some more time passed, and eventually Liam, who looked mighty disoriented, sped off to curl up under that rock he's been under this whole time. Within minutes, you and Lana had a laugh, but eventually Lana decided to leave to check up on Liam. And you followed. But I, unlike the rest of you, I was drawn back to the void. One of the first things I did when everyone left was touch it. My instincts were on point. The void was as amazing as I expected. But I knew from the moment I touched it, the void was also incredibly dangerous. In those few moments, it felt like Hades himself had reached out his hand to take me away. It burned so badly, and I don't just mean externally either. It seems weird for a scientist to say, but it felt like it burned somewhere else too. In your soul? Because they're souls? I'm not giving up on that. These are human souls. That is my theory. Somewhere deep inside me, threatening to... I'm afraid if I were to touch that voice again, the void again, I'd fade out of existence. The void is an anomaly and a menace. However, it's also amazing. A source of wonder. I need to learn more. Basically, the void makes my heart soar in the same sort of way yours must soar for Lana. Do you understand? Axie understood that comparison well. So that's why I built my home around it. I guess the void is pretty neat. If you're not annoying Lana in her corner, the void is just about the only place I ever see you. In fact, most nights my gaze eventually floats over to you, staring at the void from a distance. Yeah, well, you're the one who loves it so much. Touché. You never answered me. If the void burns your soul away, what can I possibly do? Do you want me to touch it? That's mean, Neo. In a way, I need you to cooperate with me. I wanted to do a little test and see if it really would burn me again. And a few cycles ago, I decided to do just that. There's a tiny dark black spot on his leg where there should have been color. It wasn't noticeable unless pointed out. I experimented on myself, and now I need another specimen. I actually saw a crazed look in Neo's eye. Oh my god, is he gonna go mad scientist on him? A look of wanting, a look of desire. Neo, you're starting to scare me, my dude. I mean, what's so cool about the dumb old void anyway? I've read my fair share of history, and some of the greatest advances in science have come at a great cost. Oh, I don't trust this dude all of a sudden. I really don't. And today, you are that cost. I need something from you. Your flesh. What? Neo crept closer, and the once egghead seemed giant and scary. Yee ouch! Neo brandished a sharp piece of wood. That really did hurt. Warn me first. Oh, come on. It couldn't have been that bad. Okay, God, I thought he was gonna kill him. I don't know what to expect from this game, you know? I know it gets dark, but I don't know how and in what ways. I actually looked over at his back where Neo had sliced the smallest bit of skin off. Like his own burn, it wasn't really noticeable. You know, that really wasn't something you should do to the coolest dude in the tank. Oh, sue me, you oaf. Well, I'll have to test this in the void a bit later. There are preliminary measures I have to do first. Cataloging the measurements, color, and all that. Right now, though, I think I'm going to take a look at that weird book that came from the void earlier. Our business is done here, Axie. Thanks for listening to my hypothesis. And thanks for your flesh, too. So, Neo, Can I? Neo sighed, yet there was the hint of a grin on his face. Go get him, Tiger. Lana! I've been yearning for you all day. You know, Axie, you should really consider getting some other hobbies. Axie couldn't even hear him in his excitement. Tonight's gonna be the night. Get ready to be dazzled by my amazing somersault. You keep that up, she'll dazzle you right in the face. Axie didn't notice that last quip. He pushed himself out of the door so quickly that the bubbles his feet made remained long after. Neo was left alone again, eager to continue his day's work. I hope you do get your definition of a date, Axie. Because things are about to change. We aren't going to stay here forever. Not if I have anything to say about it. I'm so fascinated by where this is going to go. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just know it's going to go someplace I'm not expecting. Woohoo! Axie scuttled to the space with a spring in his swim, doing backflips excitedly with every chance he got. Nothing that happened today mattered at all. All that mattered was that he was about to see Lana. Sure, it had only been a few days since he'd last seen her, but that was entirely too long. Of course, in his excitement, Axie swam along in any given direction. At this rate, he would run into someone who wasn't Lana again. He needed to do what Neo always told him. He needed to focus. Lana! He finally saw her lovely figure, but it was in somewhat of an unexpected place. Liam's rock, huh? Well, those two are neighbors after all. Are they, like, together? Are they a thing? In any case, it's time to barge in. I'm sure she'll be overjoyed to see me. As Axie got closer, he heard a scared whimper and some strange, off-putting noises. He peered in curiously. For a little while, there was no conversation, but eventually Liam started speaking in a hushed voice. What's going on here? It's here again. Oh. Can you feel how thin the air is? That's a telltale sign that it's watching us. What is watching you? What? That thing. It's closer to us now than it has been in a while. Please, just tell me you can feel it too, Lana. I know I'm crazy, but this thing, it's real, I promise. I don't get it. What does it want? Is it somehow attracted to my suffering? Is the thing me playing this game?
Hey, it's going to be okay.
Oh, that's so cute. They're like a little bit of voice. You don't mean Enk, do you? He's gone now. Why don't we just try to relax together? Remember the deep breathing exercises I taught you earlier? Oh? I'm not talking about Enk. It's the eye. The same eye that's been watching me these past few days. Right now, pressed up against the glass, staring at us, at me. I don't know why, but it wants me. I know what hallucinations are like, and this is unlike anything I've ever experienced. I've been in pain the entire time I've been in the tank, but the eye, I feel like it must thrive on that pain to be watching me so intently. That is a really realistic eye for this art style, and I do not like it at all. Can you really, truly not feel anything? I'm afraid it might want to get you too after it's done with me, Lana. Hey, remember, even if it seems scary, I'm here for you, Liam. I don't see anything, though. So, when am I going to finally be able to leave this prison? The tank isn't a prison. It's our home. No, you're right. It would be wrong of me to blame the tank for any of this. It's probably not that bad here. Not really. Not completely. It's just the stupid body of mine, always in pain or extreme discomfort. I can't stand this place because it's where I am right now, and I wish that I wasn't so frightened. Lately, I'm scared of everything. From my own shadow. Jesus, buddy, that sucks. This dude just needs to see, like, a therapist, like, an emotional therapist and a physical therapist, probably, like, ASAP. And that eye stares at me like a specter in the night, its bloodthirsty gaze centered on me like a hawk, feeding off my despair. I just wanted to leave all of us alone. Liam coughed 3 times in a row, followed by 3 hiccups. His stomach popped after each hiccup. It looked quite painful to Lana. But what I'm scared of most of all, regardless of my sanity or health, is not just for me, but what that I might do to you. You've been so kind to me, and it might take you with us when it finally comes to take me away. I don't think I can handle that after all you've done for me lately. Oh, Liam. There's nothing to be scared of right now. It's just me and you in here. And don't worry about me. I don't like to brag, but I can take care of myself just fine if push comes to shove. I'd like you to focus on resting. You've been fidgety all day. Whenever I woke up throughout the night, you were, moaning and shaking. It's no way to live. So if you can, I'd like you to get some rest right now. Yeah, that poor dude. Okay, I'll try. Thanks, Lana. Lana noticed him trying to close his eyes, but after a few seconds he was bolted awake, wincing, shaking, and gasping for breath. Was it an anxiety attack from this eye that caused his joltings? Was it some sort of pain in his body? Was he having breathing problems again? All of the above? Lana thought it was likely a combination of all of these things. Yep. Could you tell me one thing? Just how much does it hurt right now? Liam's immediate response to that was a sigh. When I get up, my heart beats so loud that it exhausts me, threatening me into a stupor. Every time I move, I feel my body falling apart, so I can't swim. When I lay down, I have this constant, unending throat pain, which makes it hard to breathe. But it's all connected. The stabbing stomach pain I have in my left side is connected to the throat pain. It has to be. Also, if you're not here to guide me in a conversation, I can't concentrate. And well, my memory fades away quickly. All this is too much, isn't it? Have I reached the threshold where I'm just blatantly whining yet? If this keeps up, I'll become the crotchety old man telling kids to get off his lawn. I feel so bad for this dude. Cough, hic. Lana shook her head. No matter what Liam was feeling, it was obvious he was in some sort of terror. And if venting helped him in any way whatsoever, well then, she wanted him to vent his heart out. She's a really sweet friend. That is really nice of her. You know, what you said a bit ago reminded me of a hallucination I had earlier. This one wasn't like the eye. I knew I wasn't real. In the hallucination, there was a bunch of people in white coats, and they were asking me a single question. On what scale is your pain? What if Liam was like a hospital patient who had some sort of chronic condition, maybe even something like cancer that was killing him, and that's why he's here? Because the regenerative thing?
Always be thinking.
They said the scale was from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. God, I hate that question so much. That scale doesn't make any sense. You can't quantify or compare pain. It's just not right. Lana sighed under her breath. Sleep deprivation. What is anhedonia? Let me look that up. An inability to experience pleasure. Hey there. It all counts. Pain is pain. But like I said before, we can't focus on it. It's not healthy. Let's just try to calm down and relax. Find your center. My center, huh? No offense, but my problems are a little more complicated than just trying to find your center. I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I'll try the breathing exercise you taught me. Yeah, it's like there's not really anything that can help him right now. So yeah, breathing is like not gonna fix it, but it's also like there's nothing else he can really do. Thanks for listening to all my whining. Don't worry. It's perfectly understandable. Whine all you'd like. If it were me who were in pain, I want someone to listen to me too. So I get it. And you might not think so, but you do have the capacity to beat this. Thanks. You don't know how much I appreciate that. They were token words, he knew. But they did mean a lot to him. Liam really did appreciate how kind and selfless Lana had been to him lately. He also knew that she couldn't be around him all the time. She had to go see Neo or Axie or do something on her own. She talked to him all the time about the decorating project that she began in her corner using plants. She'd want to finish it. But he really needed someone to be there all the time. He'd reached the point where each and every moment was a nightmare from hell. His body was constantly in some sort of pain and constantly in the flight or fight response. He was scared of the progressive brain damage that was likely happening in his head. He was scared of completely losing his memory and personality in the future. God, that is so dark. It's so dark. He was scared of this reality staying permanent. Lana. Liam didn't want to say it, but she came close to where he was huddled, as if reading his mind. No worries. Just try your best to relax, and even if it's hard, even if it's impossible, I don't blame you. And then she took her hand and she touched him lightly on the back. It was an innocent touch, but for Liam, the feel of another physical kindness was something he felt like he had yearned for far before entering the tank. She stood there, to him like a beacon of hope, caressing him lightly and kindly. He was still scared, he was still frightened, he still had body pain, he still had the feeling he was going insane. But the touch made things a little better, at least for a single moment. That's really sweet. That's very sweet. Outside still stood Axie, watching quietly. He hadn't heard every word correctly, but he had seen every action of the last few minutes. He was muttering to himself. Liam. Why are you alone with Lana? Why? Do you guys normally do this sort of thing? Oh, he's totally misinterpreting the situation. He's gonna be jealous. No, Axie, no! Okay, it's okay. You know you're the coolest dude in the history of ever, Axie. Just go in there and woo her like usual. It's not... Oh my god, Axie. She's not going to see you because she's taking care of a, sick person. Somehow this was incredibly nerve-wracking for the normally fearless Axie, but he went in anyway. Hey, muchachos. How you doing? They both looked up. Liam looked particularly startled. Oh, Axie. Hey, what's up? Nothing, just swimming around, doing my cool new thing, and I happened to be in the area. Ha, seemed like the perfect time for a visit. What were you guys up to? Axie, do you mind if we talk in private? Oh, of course not. Let's go. The way Lana had phrased that was strange, but Axie still felt good knowing she wanted to talk to him alone. Yo, Lana, before we talk, you want to see something absolutely mind-shattering? Okay, we're gonna impress her with the cool somersault, but this is not the time, buddy. Not waiting for a response, Axie spun around and performed an amazing somersault just like he'd practiced the previous night and morning. He executed nearly perfectly, but his hands were still an inch short of touching his tail mid-spin. What do you think about that? It was nice, Axie. You practiced really hard, huh? Good work. She's really sweet. She's just like a nice person. Axie knew she was so impressed that it was hard to put her thoughts accurately into words. We've got to talk about something serious. I don't know how often you see or visit Liam, but his rock is on my side of the tank, so it's a lot easier for me to see his situation clearly. Axie, he's in a lot of pain. A lot of suffering. Sometimes the suffering seems so horrible that I can't even imagine it's real. Once in a while, he'll have a calm moment, but most other times, horrible screaming, gasped moans of agony. It's almost like he's fighting something on multiple levels, physically and mentally. This is really dark. It's gotten to the point where he has these delusions that someone or something is watching every move he makes. Not only that, but Enk is a huge jerk to him. He comes over frequently to antagonize him, tormenting him in any way he can. Yeah, Enk is a total asshole. I had to drag the information out of Liam because he didn't want to talk about it. But apparently the things Enk says to him are devastating. If it's Enk, I can actually believe that. Something has to be done. Just the other day, I was doing my usual morning routine, getting the plants ready, looking over the previous day's work. But then I heard poor Liam moaning from a distance. When I arrived, he was in a miserable state, unable to move to a comfortable position without my help. And so, well, I've been with him since. Oh, wow. You know, I never really see that guy come out. But man, that's a real stinker. What do you think is going on? I have no idea, but I know it's bad. Really bad. I also know that I have to do something before it's too late. Too late? What do you mean? Axie, Liam told me how much pain he's in. I don't know if he has a disease or what, but he's in really bad shape. And I'm afraid he might... She trailed off and didn't finish her sentence. Afraid he might die, I think. Axie wondered what could possibly happen, but he couldn't think of anything that bad. I don't think he has a concept of death. Oh, well, there he... Axie knew what death was, but it didn't seem possible in the tank. Like Neo said, they didn't even need to eat or go to the bathroom in here. They were playing by different rules. So, in what way can we help? I'm not completely sure yet. I've been thinking about possible solutions all day. He has so many problems, though. First, we gotta get him out of pain, improve his quality of life. Next, I gotta convince him that there's no eye glued up against the outside of the tank or whatever watching us. That's more or less all he's been focused on today. It would really help if Enk stopped coming by to scare him and make fun of him. Liam didn't say, but I suspect Enk has been starting to get physical as well. I'm sure if we get rid of the bully, his situation should improve a bit. That guy, there must be something truly wrong with him. Picking on someone in such an awful state. But first things first, stopping his pain. The only one I can think of to ask for advice is Neo. Yeah, he is a, doctor, right? He's almost as much a hermit as Liam is, so we haven't seen much of each other lately. But he's smart. Maybe he'll have an idea. It's worth a try. Want me to come with ya? Egghead's my bud. I actually just left his pad. That would be nice. But what if something happens while we're gone? What if Enk comes around to torment him again? Would you like to stand guard? Like a real soldier? That would also be nice. But the only one he says he trusts by him is me. Oh, would you like me to stand guard? Ugh, it doesn't seem like there's a perfect solution. I'll just have to go to the lab and be quick about it. A light bulb lit up within Axie. He knew what he had to do. I'll just go find Enk and tell him to stop beefing on Liam. I'll solve this whole conflict in one fell swoop. If he needs someone to beef upon, let it be me. I can take beefings like peanut butter sandwiches. I'm really the raddest dude, huh, Lana? I'm worried about that too, Axie. Enk is so grouchy and so mean. I suspect he might be dangerous. Do you think you'll really be okay? I don't want you to go alone if there's any sort of risk. Shh, I'll be just fine. Don't worry about me. Let's just work together, for my boy Liam's sake. Thank you so much, Axie. You really are the sweetest axolotl in the tank. He felt his heart flutter. The second ink gets violent, just get out of there. Swim to the lab. Don't get hurt. That's an order, soldier. Roger Wilco, Commander. I'll go tell that dude what's up, and then Liam will feel a little safer. And then you'll feel safer too, he said in his heart. That's really sweet, but it's not going to go well. Okay, Axie. Let's meet up here after we're both done. Maybe then I can get Liam to trust you like he trusts me. He needs all the friends he can get right about now. Of course. I'll see you soon. Sooner than soon. The coolest dude ever waved goodbye to his admirer and set off on his mission. This is not going to go well. Bang, bang. Okay, this is like the dark side of the tank. The banging sound was familiar to Axie. It was a tone he had heard faintly each night while getting ready for bed. A distant echo in the background as he practiced his somersault. Normally it was hard to make out, but when the tank was devoid of background noise, the banging was remarkably clear. Axie had never paid it much mind until now. It was like the wind, or the whirring of the void. Something to ignore. The wind! Did that... Something in the background. The wind. Is there wind in this tank? Underwater wind? White noise. As he headed heroically to his side of the tank, the banging seemed to get louder by the second. When he thought about it, Axie recalled the banging being there since his very first night in the tank. Yet until now, he never questioned it. It had never been important. Why question it when his mind was elsewhere, and there were tricks to be learned and life to be enjoyed? Now the banging had confronted him. Axie came across a sight which made it all make sense at once. Upon the corner of the tank where Enk lived, there he was, running his head first, full speed into a wall. Oh, he's trying to break the tank. Over and over. This dude is messed up. Trying to do what exactly? Oh, Axie, you little moron. I thought I made it very clear earlier that I never willingly do you any favors, as much as I'd rather kill you and make your life a living hell instead. There's no way I can just abandon Liam like that. But hey, don't look so glum. Maybe you'll get your chance with me too someday. However, there are priorities you must follow in life, and picking on Liam is, quite frankly, my biggest. He is so messed up. Let's see, how do I put it so even an ignoramus like you understands? Do you know what a tier list is? Not that I'd expect an uncultured swine such as yourself to know about them. A tier list is something that determines the worth of something. And I have a tier list of my own. For this tank and all the annoying shitheads who inhabit it. God. Pizza with pineapple. Oh my god. With the most hated one on the very bottom. See, Lana's at a normal tier. But if that bitch is making up stories, perhaps I'll have to reconsider her position. I ask you, why would I pick on her when literally everyone else in the tank is more annoying? Axie, as for you, you're a high-tier piece of shit. Honestly, to put it quite simply, I just don't like you. Liam, on the other hand, he is something completely different. A different beast altogether. What an awful creature. Every second, he's still breathing. It kills me a little on the inside, you know? This dude is, like, so evil. He's so evil to be that hateful towards someone who's, like, has a chronic illness. Oh my god. That said, Liam is not long for this world, so you won't have to worry much longer about me picking on him. Ideally, it would be nice to torture him for a bit first before killing him, of course. Wow. That's way beyond just bullying. That's so... You've even got me curious, and aside from Lana, I don't really care about much else. I sense that you're a bad guy, but why do you target Liam the most of all? What did he do to you? There might be a reason, but shit if I know it. I just hate him with all my being. My blood boils seeing the fucker. From the moment I saw him, on that first day, his fragile body, his useless attitude, no matter which way you slice it, he's a parasite. You know, it would be a wild twist if, like, assuming my theory about the human soul thing is true, What if Liam did something really awful in his past life and that's why he hates him? Food for thought. Are we really so different, Axie? Think about it. All you ever talk about is stalking the only girl in the tank. I don't know if wanting to impress her and be her friend counts as stalking. You're pathetic. Don't kid a kidder, Enk. You're the bad guy here, and I'm the hero who's gonna shut you down and get a happy ending with me and Lana. You're such a dumbass, Axie. The corniest, stupidest dumbass I could ever imagine. The two axolotls stared at each other with intense determination. There's gonna be some sort of confrontation here. Which was stronger? Axie's strange obsession with Lana, or Enk's murderous hatred for Liam? Well, it looks like we're at an impasse. Yeah, there's gotta be some way we can solve this. I'm not going back to Lana without good news. If I have to, I'll get the egghead involved too. There's no way you can beat us together. Enk let out a snarl. You really want to tell your girlfriend that you went to your big brother for help because you couldn't do it alone? Besides, Neo wouldn't be a problem at all. I'll smash that nerd's glasses right into his skull if need be. Axie bit his tongue. Besides, I'm sure that nerd is cooped up all alone in his lab right now. Probably wouldn't even stop his research for you. Well, yes, he's in his lab, but he's also with Lana. Ah, that's perfect. So he won't bother us if we get a little too messy. I know how we can settle this in a civilized manner. How about we play a game? Yes, a simple game. As much as it pains me to say this, I'll even leave Liam alone if you happen to be the winner. Which you won't be, of course. How's that sound? Do you mean it? Really? Really? However, should you, the hero or whatever idiotic name you want to call yourself, lose, then you also lose the right to protect Liam, and I can torture him for however long I like until I'm ready to snuff him out of this world for good. Jesus Christ. How is that for a gamble? A true gamble between men. All or nothing. Just think of how happy Lana will be when you tell her the good news, you little dog shit. Oh. What is that? I don't know what that is. Are those... Huh, I don't know what that means. Doesn't sound like a good deal. We can just cut all the bullshit away. Snip, snip. It's certainly not something I'd offer every day. But for whatever reason, my workout left me in a really great mood today. Axie didn't need to think. He felt something in himself aside from his duty to protect Lana. An excitement to beat Enk at whatever evil, likely unfair game he thought of. Axie hadn't realized this about himself before, but he felt like there was some small part of him with a competitive edge. He couldn't lose. With all his motivation and skill, besides, he had love on his side. And love was so much stronger than hate. Alright, Enk. Bring it on. And that's where I'm going to leave it, but this game is fascinating. It's so interesting. And I really, I feel like I have stuff to say about, chronic illness, and I am someone who is chronically ill, not nearly to the degree that poor Liam is, but it's very interesting to see this take, and it's very interesting to see where this is going to progress. So I'm very excited. Hope you're enjoying it. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or maybe even subscribe to my channel if you feel like it, because it does my little heart so good. Mwah. See you next time. And until next time, if you have a friend who's going through some dark stuff right now, why don't you reach out to them? See if you can help them out a little. See you then. Ching.